On this day in 1954, Celtic won the New Year's Day fixture against Rangers for the first time in 16 years. Celtic recorded New Year's Day victories at Ibrox in 1941 and 1945, but these were in the unofficial wartime Southern League. Their last competitive victory in the New Year fixture had come in 1938, a 3-0 win at Celtic Park with 2 goals from John Divers Sr. and 1 from Malcolm MacDonald. This was also the last season in which Celtic had won the league title. Season 1953-54 saw Celtic boosted by that summer's Coronation Cup triumph, but they had made a hesitant start to the season, and a 7-1 win at Shawfield over Clyde on Boxing Day only pushed them into 4th place in the league on 19 points from 15 games, 5 points behind leaders Queen of the South, but with 2 games in hand. Celtic were without the injured Charlie Tully, who would not return until the end of the month, and there were concerns over the fitness of John McPhail, who missed the win at Shawfield, while Rangers could be without Willie Waddle due to what the Glasgow Herald described as the prevalent flu. The main point of discussion before the match, though, was the issue of serious crowd trouble which had marred recent matches between the two clubs. At the previous match, at Ibrox on the 19th of September 1953, there had been serious disturbances on the terraces, with police wading in amongst fans of both teams to confiscate flags and banners. Half-time had to be extended as Rangers fans resisted police attempts to remove a large orange banner, and a female spectator had to be taken to hospital after being hit by a flying bottle. The Glasgow Herald reported the day before that the match programme would contain a statement signed by Bob Kelly and Rangers chairman J.F. Wilson, which read, "The directors of Rangers Football Club and Celtic Football Club are very seriously perturbed by the fact that in recent years the games between the clubs have been spoiled by the misbehaviour of certain spectators, and they now make a very earnest appeal to all their followers to do everything in their power to prevent any kind of disturbance in the future and to assist the police in every manner possible." The appeal appears to have worked because the match passed without violent incident and there was not a single arrest made. Waverley reported in the Daily Record of the 2nd of January 1954, "The proceedings were as peaceful as a Sunday school meeting. Here indeed was paradise, compared with Bedlam of many past Rangers-Celtic games. The crowd, which I estimated at the 60,000 mark, was slow to arrive. It was a very quiet crowd, no challenging party tunes or waving of flags and banners. And then, just a few minutes before the teams took the field, there came through the loudspeakers the voice of a soloist singing 'Come, all ye faithful.' It almost sounds like the Christmas truce on the Western Front." McPhail and Waddle were both past fit for their respective teams, and Celtic lined up Bonner, Hockney, Meekin, Evans, Steen, Peacock, Higgins, Fernie, McPhail, Collins, Mochan. There was a small scene in the centre circle before kick-off when Rangers captain George Young complained about the use of a white football for the match. White balls were slowly becoming more common as spectators found them easier to follow than orange balls, and this was especially the case for viewers at home if matches were televised, although mass television ownership was still a year or two in the future. Research suggesting only around 1 in 3 private domestic households in the UK had a television set in 1954. The use of white balls was meeting with resistance from many traditionalists. Alan Breck reported in the Evening Times of the 2nd of January, "You would notice George Young and referee Jack Mowat in conference after the toss-up. Before the game started, Celtic trainer Alec Dowdalls handed in 3 footballs to referee Jack Mowat's room. 2 were white and 1 orange. The referee, as was his right and duty, made his choice. He selected one of the white balls. Then after the captains had tossed up, George Young explained to the referee that the clubs had agreed to play with an orange ball. Jack explained in turn that he had not been made aware of any agreement, that he had made his choice from the balls submitted to him, and that the game would proceed and end with the white ball he had chosen. The white ball was a help to the spectators in yesterday's match, but some Rangers men are not too fond of the white ball, and I am wondering if, as the result of the Parkhead incident, that Ibrox Club petition League and Association to make a hard and fast ruling on the subject. Rangers started the match well, but quickly faded. Waverley reporting in the Daily Record of the 2nd of January. For the first 10 minutes, the attack looked like doing something. But once Steen had the mastery of Gardner, and it was seen that Prentice was hanging back as if he had been told to keep attendance on Fernie, the line became a thing of shreds and patches. Waverley contrasted this with the Celtic forward line. The Parkhead front five, on the other hand, were speedy and cohesive at their job and possessed a variety of moves which they could introduce with a fleetness of foot never apparent in the work of their counterparts. One shudders to think what would have happened to Rangers without the presence of McCall and Cox, who functioned magnificently and put in much more effort, skillful effort, than any four other men in the royal blue in the outfield. Rangers centre-half Willie Woodburn was knocked out when he stopped a powerful shot from Willie Fernie with his jaw. Waverley recorded, "He resumed after a couple of minutes, but obviously thereafter was suffering from the effects, and the responsibilities of his wing halves became greater than ever." The only goal of the match arrived on the hour mark, with Woodburn still looking unsteady on his feet, misreading a pass from Young. Neil Mochan pounced on the loose ball, strode forward into the box and smashed it past the keeper from close range. The crowd's behaviour was matched by the players on the field, the Daily Record reporting, "The few fouls were of the ordinary kind, without viciousness, without incurring even any moderately serious hurt." Alan Breck reported in the Evening Times on the 2nd of January, "There was even a wonderful rush by the players at the end to shake hands with each other. Of course, Celtic had to hurry away to catch the Aberdeen train, and if they succeed at Pittodrie today, the League Championship is in their grasp." Waverley agreed, writing, "They are on their way back to be treated as most serious challengers for the highest honour." In the event, Celtic lost 2-0 to Aberdeen the following day, and there were further twists and turns before the end of the season. But just as in 1938, the New Year's Day win over Rangers was the springboard to their first league title since the war, and they added to that the Scottish Cup, winning the double for the first time since 1914.